I think a lot of people are super worried that they don't have a specific skill. So let me give you an example. If I was going to buy a franchise for automotive repair, or one for mortgages or something, or one for business coaching, or one for making pizzas, I would think, well, maybe I have to be Italian, or maybe I have to have a vast knowledge of pizzas or charcoal, ovens, or I don't know. Maybe I have to know something about pizza. Maybe just bread, or my grandmother has to have an Italian recipe or something. I have to know or even maybe I have to feel like I have to like pizza before I can buy one. Do I have to know about pizza, like pizza, have a family member that knows about pizza to buy one, or what? Do you have to have any of those kinds of skills?
Actually, the most unique thing about franchising is the far majority of franchisees don't have the background, experience, knowledge in the product or service, and the franchisor doesn't want you to have it. So if you were a baker and had that background, you're not going to get into a Dunkin' Donuts or a pizza franchise because you have that background. They want someone that's going to manage, market, and promote a successful business vehicle. They don't want you to become the technician. So that skill set that you need to have to connect to the product or service is not required in a franchise.
So they want somebody who can just manage, market, and promote, not somebody. So they actually prefer people that don't know about pizza to buy a pizza franchise?
Absolutely. Or if a mechanic wanted to go into an AMCO transmission franchise, they would not be qualified to be a franchisee.
So, okay, let me put it another way here. As far as the skill, does it seem like you just have to be coachable? I mean, is that the main skill? Like if you're just willing to learn, and then being able to manage, market, and promote, is that the big thing?
And the franchisor is going to give you the skills for that or give you the opportunity to do that. And it really is about being coaching, because the essence of why our coaching model has worked so well for tens of thousands over the last 30 years is because coaching is helping people see beyond their blind spots. So if I'm hanging on to my past and my blind spots are keeping me from my possibilities, options, and dreams, being open to being coachable is really the key to transitioning that.
The more times I meet people at your events, and I've met people who know you, I honestly feel like, and I'm not meaning this to be insulting of people who've bought a franchise, but I feel like if you have a pulse and a passion for something more, you can be successful in this. I really do. I'm meeting these people, and I'm meeting people who are geniuses, people who, they're self-admittedly like me. They take algebra 3 times, and they just kind of grind their way through life, and it seems like people can do it. I mean, this is very, very realistic. Now, the big one, this is the big elephant in the room. This is the one that a lot of people are freaked out about. Is the big question is, do you have the money needed to become a successful franchisee?
Well, that's a great question, and it's an important one. And most people feel that they don't have the resources to be able to invest the amount of dollars it takes to be successful in a franchise. And the opposite's quite true. It's just a matter of you looking at financing as just another tool that you're going to use to leverage to get you into the right business that's going to create income, lifestyle, wealth, and equity. Because the investment's going to have a return on that investment. And when you're calculating that, you're looking at taking those funds that you borrowed or you used from your own personal resources and repaying that plus interest over time. So you're going to get a lot better return on that investment with yourself behind it than you are in the bank or in your 401k program or some reactive investment.
Your conference is kind of like an all-star game for this industry. I mean, it's kind of like you got a little LeBron James over here, a little Dwayne Wade over here. Oh, there's Steve Nash. I'll have breakfast with. And so I'm meeting some of the juggernauts of financing this morning, having breakfast with some gurus. I mean, seriously, this is like the dojo for franchise ninjas. It is awesome. And one of the guys I was talking to today, very into the funding aspect of it, he was explaining that people come up with funding a variety of different ways. I mean, people borrow money from family members. Some people do 401k rollovers. We've got a lot of cool episodes on Thrive to get into that specifics. But how much money does somebody need? Bottom line, I mean, how much money is needed to get in? And there's a huge spectrum. But how much money does somebody need to get into the world of franchising?
Well, the average investment to get all in for a franchise and have the operating capital can run as little as $30,000 and go up to $750,000.
Really?
But the typical average is for most people is going to run between $100,000 to $150,000, depending on the business you go into. Now, if you're going to a pizza franchise, you're going to need to have the ability to leverage about $400,000 in capital, equipment, resources, financing, and it's going to be multifaceted. It's not that you're going to have all those dollars. It's not about coming to the table with the dollars. It's about using funding and financing in the right way to stimulate the economy. And there's lots of bankers and lots of people out there that have lots of money that want to put them into the right return.